I recognize the honourable member for Halifax-Quebecto.
My question is for the minister responsible for residential tenancies, whose department is surely aware of the Understanding Fixed-Term Lease Use in Nova Scotia report released a couple days ago by Acorn. The report shows that over 99% of those surveyed are on a fixed-term lease because that was the only option offered by their landlord. It also shows that 36% of the tenants in the survey had previously been evicted at the end of a previous fixed-term lease. Only 3 years ago, Madam Speaker, just 6% of tenants, not 36%, reported having been previously evicted. Will the minister finally recognize that fixed-term leases are being used by landlords across the board in Nova Scotia as a way to undermine security of tenure and undercut the rent?
Order. I recognize the Honourable Minister of Service, Nova Scotia.
Madam Speaker, what we do recognize as a government is the solution to the housing crisis is more supply, more places that Nova Scotians can call home. As the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing outlined, our plan is working. We are making unprecedented investments across the province, across the housing spectrum, whether it be for healthcare workers in modular housing, whether it be in student housing, whether it be the first time in 30 years that we're making a new public housing investments, Madam Speaker. So we're focusing, our plan's working, we're not stopping, and there's more work to come. Thank you very much.
Order. I recognize the honourable member for Halifax-Quebecto.
Thanks. Look, the high rate of fixed-term lease evictions has also got a lot to do with why rents are so far out of hand. Of tenants who've been forced to leave their homes in the last 5 years, 84% report that they had to pay a lot more for their new place than they did for their old one. Will the minister recognize that by not limiting the use of fixed-term leases and by excluding new tenancies from the rent cap, the government is in fact incentivizing landlords to evict their tenants, and that this has a lot to do with the fact that actual rents went up 18% last year when the so-called cap is supposed to be just 5%.
Shame. I recognize the Honourable Minister of Service, Nova Scotia.
Madam Speaker, absolutely, we don't want to see anybody displaced from their home, and that's why we're moving forward and actually trying to build more places, Madam Speaker. So we're not going to let the negativity from the NDP get in our way. We recognize that there's a lot of work ahead to do, but we're moving forward, Madam Speaker. As it's been said today in question period, our plan is working, Madam Speaker. So that said, recognizing that there's challenges in the rental market today, yes. There was challenges when the member was in government, and there will be challenges in the next few years, but we are working hard, whether it be in the residential tenancies program, municipal affairs and housing, across government to move forward on the housing crisis in this province.